What up, guys? We are back. Welcome back to the Sunday Backcap. This is Misfit. I'm with Kel. How you doing today, bud?
Hey guys, Kel. Not doing too bad. Just glad to be home.
Anything exciting this weekend, or just
Yeah, we had to go down to Dayton. Girlfriend had a interview to for a master's program at the University of Dayton. So we were down there, and we stayed in the hotel that every women's college basketball team was staying in for the A10 tournament. So that was
interesting? I'm sure.
yeah. Oh my God.
You felt short.
Not even just that. I mean, it was just flooded with people in general. And like when I was trying to check out on Saturday morning, there was a pep rally going on in the freaking hotel lobby. So that was a thing.
Can I just drop my key?
Yeah, I was trying. Like that's literally what I did. I was just like, check. Like that was basically it because it was just blaring. Like it was ridiculous. And then we stopped at IKEA on the way home and got a headboard that was just barely able to fit into my car, and so I was driving like this.
Well, that's
the whole way home. So that was really brutal 2 hours.
Oh, I've done it from IKEA.
It was horrible.
We're 2 hours away from 3 IKEAs. It's not like we're close to any of them, guys. So
no, we're not hours for that one.
But they got a really awesome barbecue and brewery place there, and Zingerman's is there, which is this deli. Guys, go on. You can go online and order shit from there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Not to be throwing out weird plugs for stupid shit. Yeah, I did. I had a kind of a cool weekend too. I went to Wizard World Con and I saw they had Symmetra, the voice actress that played Symmetra, Widowmaker, Sombra, and then they had Baptiste. They were very fun.
Nice.
It was really cool. Just like because with the virus thing, it was so not crowded that they were basically just having like a conversation with us, and it was kind of fun.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, of course my phone went off, and I had the headshot, that headshot sound, and of course it's a room full of Overwatch people, and they're like, "Wait, are you shooting?" Someone's like, some dude's like, "Widow's hitting headshots from the stage," and she's kind of like, she kind of doesn't know the sound. She's like laughing, and then she said the French line, the one when she has I got the sight one. And then they made him recite song lyrics, and they gave her Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh my God,
that was amazing. And then Baptiste,
awesome.
They made Baptiste do "Mama Said Knock You Out." Of course, he's like my age, and he's like, he just looks at the guy. He's like, I don't think most of these people in this room don't know this song. And one guy's like, it's Cleveland. We listen to old music here.
Right.
Yeah, that was great too. I'm like, they need to throw some of those lines in for them.
For sure. I love it.
But other than that, I played Diabolical. I got a key, and you got a key too. So
yeah, you got me a key. I have not yet gotten to play it, but I am excited to give that a shot.
Very fun, guys. When that comes out, play it. It's an arena shooter. It's not like it's
definitely not going to replace Overwatch. It's more of it's just like a good fun
spiritual successor to Quake kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's some really fun modes in there. There's some stuff, they're working on fixing some things, and I was feeding, but I was having a blast. They have one...
Hey, that's all that matters.
They have one, it's called Weibo Instagib. So it's basically, you have, the Weibo is it's like a crossbow, and you're just on teams of 2 and seeing how many kills you can get. It's a one shot. And then a coin drops, and if you pick up the coins, and I'm playing, of course, and I'm hitting long range shots, and the guy's like, why are you hitting long range stuff and you can't hit anybody in front of you? I'm like, you've never played Overwatch with me. So I can hit the shot 5 miles away, but I shoot at the ground and all over the place when someone's in front of me. Anyway, so let's get into this week. So we were back in Washington. We had Saturday, we had a couple of maybe one decent-ish match, 2. Let's talk meta first, though, before we dive into it.
Yeah.
So we were all speculating.
With the hero pools, everyone was like, okay, what are we going to get? What are we going to see a lot of? And Honestly, I was kind of surprised by what we saw. It was not not quite what I expected.
Yeah.
But at the same time, really fun. We saw a lot of soldier. We
Or
saw
legs. When did he become legs?
I don't know.
Is it because he
I don't
can
know
run?
where that meme came from.
Is it
I
'cause-
guess so. Like, is that an Uber thing or
Like, Costa kept saying it too.
I don't know who started that. It's so weird.
Legs.
It feels like it just kind of came out of nowhere in the past like 2 weeks because I heard a lot of people saying that during the week that we're gonna see a lot of soldier or a lot of legs or whatever. I don't know.
Is it because he actually looks like he skips leg day? Not the caster, but like actual leg day at the gym.
Right.
He kind of has sticks for legs. He really does.
Yeah, it might be something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like calling a fat guy slim.
Right. I just always think of because of our friend at work. He's just Daddy 76 to me at this point. But yeah, we saw a lot of soldier. We saw some May here and there, which we kind of expected. We saw a lot more Winston and just dive overall,
and some really dumb shit.
Yeah, tons of Tracer.
Yeah, which I was.
So getting to finally see some Tracer 1v1s again was, just classic Overwatch.
And seeing people
fun.
Like do the all right, this fight looks over. Oh, 1 pick, 2 picks. All right, oh, they're back in it. I love that's one of the aspects of dive that I always love. Like it looks over, but as long as the Tracer's still alive, there is a chance.
They can turn the tide of this,
or at least kind of keep the team at bay until the other guys come back in.
Right.
And but
a lot more Sombra than I was expecting.
Yeah, I found that weird. Well,
but it worked. It actually worked pretty well.
Well, if you think about it too, there a lot of the people you're playing are shut down by hacks.
Oh yeah, you hack a Winston, he's screwed.
He's worse than D.Va being hacked.
Yeah.
He's basically.
I mean, it's not even live yet with the booster.
The 4-second.
Nerf. Yeah. So
I tried it. To me, it was.
I think 4 seconds is probably the sweet spot.
Yeah, I think so too. 5 was too long. 3 was.
3's too much. It is.
3 was fun.
Stupid. Yeah, I think 4 is like right in that sweet spot.
Yeah.
I find it. I don't know. The weird thing with that thing, just making a weird little tangent on there with the experimental card right now, is I feel like I ran into a lot of like even more like completely unbalanced games.
Yeah.
Even more so than I would get on PTR. It was really bizarre. Like I don't know if they need to like work on or like just better line up the like what people are playing or I mean not the SR or something for that.
Yeah, it feels like it doesn't have any SR MMR kind of.
MMR. Like, that's the word I was looking for.
Like it doesn't have it like involved like in that mode.
Right.
Which kind of is pretty much the PTR.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, it just feels like a PTR with more people playing it, I guess.
Well, and if you really think about it, there are very few people that are like in the lower ranks that are going to go, oh, I'm going to go see what they did to D.Va.
Yeah.
They're like, nope.
I mean, it was the first thing I did when I popped it on.
They were playing D.Va in those ranks when she was hot garbage.
Yeah.
I like D.Va. I play D.Va.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, as far as the meta, there are a lot of different things.
Yeah, it was kind of fun though. I mean,
what comp exactly was going to be played?
And then you're going, huh? They're going to do this, and you're like, oh, I guess Soldier Tracer is kind of a viable thing,
right?
Or go ahead.
No. I was gonna say let's dive into talking about some of these matches. So the first match. We had Toronto and Florida in the first part of this match. Toronto looked pretty good.
Yeah.
On Busan, they look pretty excellent.
Florida's terrible on
some good
Busan.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about that map for that team, but they are just hot garbage at it.
Like, they insert their head, like, so far up their ass on that map, it's, like, not even... Like, I was watching it at the con waiting for someone, and I'm like sitting there looking at it going, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is done. Then I got home, I was like, oh, they won.
Yeah. But then, yeah, from then on, Florida just took over and completely dominated. Junkertown, they had one of the, like, I mean...
It was just...
Toronto looked like they were trying to play quick play. They could not get anything
that was just mean.
Yeah.
It was, like, literally mean.
Like, they were running everything they could into Florida, and Florida was just hacking them apart. Just one at a time. Just, like, like, they would come out and, like... They would come out as a team, and then instantly somebody got picked, and they'd have to reset.
Yeah, and then it was like...
And it just kept happening over and over and over again.
And then you could tell, like, the tilt starting, and it's just like, fuck it, I'm just running out there, I'm just going to pick something and go out there, and all that kind of stuff. That was brutal. And
it just kind of carried through the rest of the game.
Yeah, and Toronto, and the reason why I picked them, I thought it was going to be close, but I was like, well, Toronto's going to be more adaptable to this stuff, because they have guys that can play everything, and... You know, no. They did.
Apparently not.
Or they were just not ready for Florida's aggression. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was just a weird game. Toronto's a weird team in general so far. Like, there's times where they look really good, and then other times where they just look like hot garbage.
There are a couple people that put them down at the bottom. And I'm beginning to... understand a little bit.
I wonder if it's coaching, because it seems like they have the talent, but just whatever their coaches are doing, it's just not working.
I don't think it's the coaching. They go in with a good strategy. They're adaptable to what's going on. They're just not finishing fights, and they're doing dumb shit. You can't coach. You can't outcoach someone being a moron.
Yeah, fair.
You could,
and I don't know where, because it's not any one particular person that's doing that.
It's just one.
It's like a different person every fight, or every time something goes bad. There's like one person makes just a glaring mistake that gets completely shut down, and like the whole rest of the thing is done.
Their ult timing is I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Why you nano boosted at that point? Or, you know, it's like, in their cooldowns are using them weird. Like when they run Mei, there's times when Agilities is playing it, or whoever is playing Mei for them is playing really well, but then there's that mistime wall, or just doing the L yeet of a fucking blizzard onto like one person. You know, like, did you need to blizzard just one person? You know,
apparently. I mean, it didn't. It just didn't work. They
Surefour was getting owned too. Yeah. BQB had a good soldier. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, BQB took over this game.
He's kind of libero-y.
Yeah.
He's not quite as good as libero. He can play all the shit at a lower level than libero.
Right. I would put him as like libero light.
Yeah. He's like libero ultra, if you're going beer. As far as alcohol content and calories and taste.
Yeah. Oh God. All right. I mean, Florida didn't look too good. Florida looked pretty good. And it seems like they're kind of starting to come together.
Yeah.
Overall.
Keeping Chris away from Lucio is a good thing. And at their homestand next week, we don't have to see him.
Fair.
Huzzah. I was at a con yesterday, so, you know, there's medieval people running around screaming shit, and I almost bought a Diva blaster. My wife came with me.
Understand that temptation.
My wife came with me, so it did not happen. It was in the Soul Dynasty colors.
Oh my God.
So awesome. I know I'm already going to get a comment tomorrow. Yeah. So I didn't buy it.
Fair.
What's her Anastasia? I did not buy that. And I'm not a Soul Dynasty fan. First of all, your team doesn't play in this league, I don't think, anymore, so...
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my God.
It's happening. When I'm saying I missed the Hangzhou Spark, there's something's wrong.
Yeah, right? Like, what the hell?
Nothing against them, but it's like, I haven't seen these teams yet. I want to see them. I'm sick of fucking seeing not to be this way, I'm sick of seeing the Justice and the fucking mayhem.
Yeah.
Give me some other flavor.
No freaking kidding.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to the second game of the night. Were you about to say something?
Oh no, I did. They just Florida surprised me in the way they were adaptable, and Toronto. We got to start working on some stuff here.
Yeah,
boys.
They really do. All right, so let's move on to the surprise of the weekend. I mean, you called it, but I
sure did.
I don't think anybody could have expected it to be this dominant of a performance from Houston.
I didn't think it was going to be this
exactly
dominant.
what it was.
I thought they were going to 3-1 them, but I thought it was going to be kind of a close 3-1. But goddamn, they fucking smashed.
Roll.
Muma looked like fucking. He looked like Fissure on goddamn Winston. I don't know what the hell. And
I mean, it's plainly obvious that Muma's Winston is far and away his best character.
Yeah. Did he did he like mind meld with gesture or something like that? Because that's what he looked like.
Seems like it, yeah. Like he just,
he was just
all
owning
over the place. Yeah, he freaked.
Or want to see it again?
Yeah, it was not good.
That was cringy, and it's
really the only time where Paris looked good was on the second map of Oasis. They looked excellent.
Yeah.
And but you just never saw that again from them the whole rest of the game.
Yeah, even Eggsy wasn't even like his normal eggsiness for Paris.
We saw a lot of Soon, but I think by the time Eggsy came in, it was just too late. I'm not ready to give Houston Houston looked really good in this game. I will give them that.
I'm not giving them the keys to anything right now, but
at the same time, you got handed the best hero band pool, whatever, that you could have gotten, because now it allowed your players to play their best characters.
Right. But this is also something.
That was it.
Something, and I'm not necessarily defending Houston. This is something that they can look at and go, look, we can do this.
Right.
We don't have to play the meta. We can play this style of Overwatch. They're good at the fast-paced stuff, because if you look at all their players, they're good at that. Muma's good at Winston. Mm-hmm. You got Meko playing Diva. You have Jexay playing Lucio. You have Dante on Tracer and Sombra. It just works. Right.
So I mean, good for them. They go into their break. They have almost a month off.
Yeah.
So for their next games, so they are probably breathing a sigh of relief after seeing this week's hero pools.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have.
Oh my God, they would have gotten absolutely obliterated in this week. But yeah.
So guess what, guys? You have to play what we played 2 weeks ago, because y'all be fucked.
Exactly. So yeah. Props to them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really think that they just kind of caught Paris off guard. I think Paris has just been kind of thinking that they're a lot better than they were, and I feel like they came in, especially based off of today's performance. It feels like they came in to this game thinking that it was going to be an easy win.
Definitely. Thank fuck Florida won.
Yeah.
I was going to start crying. I'm concerned about Toronto still, though.
Yeah. But yeah, they looked a lot better. Houston looked a lot better.
Yeah.
But Paris just looked lost in this game, and it was very obvious very quickly that they were not as well prepared for this game as they've been in the past. And I feel like they just kind of glanced over this game. They're like, oh, here's a few things we're going to do, but they were mostly focused on
it concerns me, though, for the future with the hero pools with them. I mean, next week they get a break. They don't have to, it's not going to be fast-paced stuff. It's going to be... They're better with that kind of methodical shit than the boom, go in there and start just wrecking. Because if they make space for Eggsy, he just wrecks.
Right, and they have the advantage of only having to play one game next week too. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be big for them.
And also, I think when we get to today's games, him and Soon together in a meta like this worked way better.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just
and nothing against Nico, but I just think Eggsy and Soon work well together, especially in certain situations.
Well,
That's kind of I feel like Eggsy is a guy where he has to be playing at all times, even if he has a overlapping hero pool with Soon. You just need to find ways to work around that because Eggsy needs to be playing because he is just that damn good.
And it was a definite week where you got double hit scan.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it just sometimes you just gotta like Florida was lucky they had BQB that could play soldier, and a couple other teams had their project. Most guys can play soldier at a decent level. Let's just be honest. I mean, if you play this game, you should know how to play soldier 76.
Right.
At least, and if you're
especially professionally.
Yeah. it's getting the tracer or like Nico. They probably wanted to try a projectile thing with Nico, and it just wasn't working. And then by the time they switched all the shit out, it was like too late. And props to Houston for doing something.
Yes, absolutely.
And I called it, and all these people calling it upset. I'm like, really? Was it? I just looked at the main tank, and I'm like, there's no way. Yeah, that was the one thing with me. I was like, the fucking Ben Best never plays Winston.
Yeah,
he's a goats tank. Seriously, it's.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No, all right.
Yeah, you definitely called that. All right, so let's move on to the last match of the day. We had Boston and Washington.
Okay.
Once again, how much more do we need to talk about this trash team just getting kicked in the dick? Like they're just bad. Like they just don't have the talent. They don't have the coaching. Like just top to bottom, they're just not good. They look pretty decent on the first map.
Yeah.
But then Washington came alive and crushed them from there on out.
Yeah. And it's one of those things. The control map is a toss-up, no matter who's playing. At least the first one. The good teams win the last one, usually.
Right.
When you get into the pressure. But
that first map, when you're just kind of feeling it out and seeing what they're going to run,
you get a couple picks here and
pools, you're trying to see what they're running and all that, and you get a couple picks, and it just kind of snowballs.
Yeah. Let's run Farah into a fucking bunch of hit scan. Why not? Right. Oh, that was today. I'm sorry.
I mean, Washington looked decent, but it's hard. Again, it's like how much can you really take from that? Because Boston is just so bad.
Yeah. Washington's one of those middle of the pack teams.
Yeah.
They beat the teams who they quote unquote should beat. And every once in a while, they're going to beat a team that they shouldn't. Right. They're going to have one of those matches where, they beat like a New York or a Philly or, maybe not San Francisco, but you know what I mean. One of those teams that's kind of above them that they shouldn't. There's going to be times when that happens. There's just... And
honestly, I feel like they're just kind of feeding on the badness of the Atlantic as well.
Yeah.
Just because there's only a few truly great teams.
All right, I'll give them 3. All right, so
Paris, Philly, and New York,
and Atlanta. I'd throw Atlanta.
I'm
not sold on Paris.
It's kind of a toss up. That's fair.
Paris is a gatekeeper team.
Paris is kind of Paris is. I would equate Paris right now to the Gladiators in the West.
Yeah. Maybe
they're
somewhere.
A really good team, and they're going to beat anybody that's lower than them, but they're going to struggle to beat better teams than them, except for today, which was, I mean, hey,
it's one of those matches that happen.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about that match, the best match of the weekend.
This is the best match of the season so far.
Yeah,
hands down. This was phenomenal.
Yeah, it went in at like the 2-0. Like, all right, so starting off, I mean, I was kind of surprised.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I was just like, wait, whoa, what is happening? Like, Paris is just taking it to him.
Avast is insane. There's no way Washington's 5 or 6. He's fucking nuts.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
They're not. No, not with their main tank situation. Nope.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. In my
Maybe
book,
once what's his name gets in there, but
Lulsish.
Roar, yeah,
If
with
Lulsish,
Lulsish, and if he ever comes
well,
in,
now he's probably not going to come in for a while.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, he honestly, not to be stupid, he might be able to play with them when they go to Paris.
Yeah.
In London. I'm not joking. That might be the only time he gets to play with them. Maybe
If
Toronto.
they even get to do that, who knows? They might not even be able to travel for that.
Well, they have Venice like shut down in Italy. That just like side note. Like everything's closing at 6. One of I talked with the Airbnb guy.
Yeah, it's gonna get weird in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
With all that, but this match was ridiculous. I mean, Paris looked phenomenal in the first 2 maps.
Yeah.
And Philly just had Philly
seemed confused.
Had some answers here and there, but they were just like, wait, well, what the fuck is happening?
People did,
and then they ran EQO on support,
Brig.
On Brig.
That didn't go.
Poor EQO. He finally gets to play, and they're just like,
Brig.
Can you Brig?
We're not playing goats. I don't know how to not goat Brig. He didn't do terrible. But the thing is Sato had a Sato week.
Mm-hmm.
For all the praise I've been giving him, boy, was he feeding.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the big things, as we were talking about this earlier too, was Alarm was getting harassed.
Yes.
The Tracer upset their normal. I'm just gonna throw everything at Sato. I almost called him Roar.
As they can. Yeah, I mean he just looked completely out of sorts, and it was 100% because Alarm was getting harassed.
Yeah,
and he's not been harassed like that at all up to this point. So I definitely think that that's something that they're going to work on. And
Soon's great on Tracer. You forget how fucking good that dude was.
Soon is a phenomenal Tracer.
And Eggsy was playing with him, and I liked that duo, but I'm on the fence about EQO as well.
I think EQO is he's a Pharah Genji specialist. When he gets to play those 2 characters, he's fantastic. But the rest of his hero pool, I would say, is questionable, and there's a reason that they picked up Ivy.
Yeah.
But as far as going back real quick, Juan mentioned, do we really expect Lulsish should be that much better than Roar? It can't be worse.
Yeah. I mean,
it really can't be that much worse.
There's a communication issue or something going on with those two.
There's got to be something, and
because
I feel like the chemistry that he and Elevote have from past performances together, I think, is going to be a big thing with them.
But one of the things is that I'm still not sold on some of these guys that got picked up last year.
Yeah.
That were in the GOATS meta for a year.
Mm-hmm.
They're lucking out and they're getting a lot of Rhine.
Yeah.
But we're seeing what's happening. They can't play Rhine in the non-structured Rhine. All right, I shatter at this point. Like, if you go back and watch the videos, all of these guys that were picked up, even some of the guys that have been around that have decent Rhines, they are fucking making horrible decisions.
Yeah.
Shattering into a May with a Rhine with a shield in front of him and a wall behind him. There's a McCree with a flashbang, and you're trying to do what I mean? It's like they're not used to this type of play with the Reinhardt.
Absolutely.
And then you're going to throw him on Monkey? When they played Monkey, fucking 5 minutes last year? Maybe to get, when in some fuck it, let's run dive to see if we can do something situation. Yeah, because I just don't trust some of these guys that are at main tanks. Yeah, they were good in GOATs, but we're seeing their true form when they have to play at a different pace and a different where you're not scheduling there isn't there's alt economy taking care of that, but there isn't grab, bomb, transcendence,
Mm-hmm.
rinse, repeat, move on.
Exactly.
There isn't this. It's holy shit. Now there's a fucking tracer runner. What the fuck? There's a McCree over there. Why is there a wall behind me? Why am I frozen?
Right. But as far as this match,
Yeah.
The tank play aside,
Yeah.
because it wasn't great.
Watching,
But man, like getting to watch some of these tracers, like watching Soon go against Carpe.
told you Carpe's got a good tracer.
Yeah, right. Everybody forgets Carpe was so good on Tracer in season 1. But getting to watch these was fantastic. And if you watch nothing else from this match, do yourself a favor and just watch the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Watch that. Just the whole. Actually, if you watch the whole
Oasis,
it's entertaining as fuck.
oh my god, that might be some of the most fist clenching, holy shit,
And
this is just so much back and forth, and everyone's getting ultimates, and
then they're coming back on with heroes that try and touch the point, both of them, and it's like, okay, this is a fight now. This isn't like we got Lucio and Wrecking Ball and what the fuck.
When FD God switched to Lucio at the very last minute, he built up his
he built up a sound barrier in 30 seconds.
It was seriously 40 seconds.
Yeah, at the most.
It was
that was ridiculous.
I think there was a clip where it was at 26 seconds he switched, and by a minute 31 or a minute 30, it was somewhere between a minute and 31, minute 35.
Oh, and this is a minute 35 in overtime, both 99.99.
Right, ridiculous. That was one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen from this league, hands down.
And why is Uber always the guy that has to announce that shit?
I know, right? But it couldn't be better. He was just losing his mind, and for good reason, because it was insane.
And then Mr. X is like, what the fuck is actually going on right now?
That was so fun.
Yeah. I think he passed out after he fucking...
Oh, he had to.
That was one of those...
I'm walking away and I'm done for the week.
Yeah. There was one of those, in season 1, one of those stage playoffs. It was it might have been New York, London. It was I remember, I want to say it was Dorado. And there was a fight, in the, going into the, about 20 meters from the point, around that corner up in the thing. It was okay, this is over. Oh no, it's Philly in New York. Oh wait, this is over. No, it's not. What the fuck? What the fuck's going on? Oh my god, they're flipping it. Oh wait, they're back now.
My favorite moment of that fight actually was when they had no healers left on, I think it was Paris, and so they all just gathered around Soldier. And he put down his healing. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, welcome to 2007.
Everyone gathers around Soldier, and they're trying to heal up before they run away, and then they come in and they run away. Oh my god, it was ridiculous.
Welcome to 2017 Overwatch.
Right. Yeah, this game was ridiculous.
You have the game where you get silver healing as Soldier.
Yeah. Oh god.
And you had 2 supports. Okay. Fucking hell. That was... Hey, thanks for the follow, Fox. But that was fucking... that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
I couldn't believe that, though. I'm just what is actually... I can't wait to watch that in the replay viewer and just try and dissect that. Maybe that'll be something I throw up on the Patreon.
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, so let's move on to the second match of today. We had New York look a little sloppy to begin with, and then
New York
come
did
alive and dominate Washington. Washington looked really good in that first match.
Yeah.
They owned them from start to finish, and then New York was like, oh yeah, we're playing a game. Okay, and then they just kicked it in.
Yeah, and they put Nene in, and he came in for SBB. SBB was kind of getting owned. I think it was one of those situations he couldn't handle Corey. I don't think he's washed or anything like that. I just think their play styles were. There were times when that happened. Like Prophet would wreck the shit out of him, because he was aggro as fuck. And then they brought Nene, and he's like, "Oh, aggro? Okay, let's do that."
I mean, it's becoming clearer every single week that their best DPS lineup is Nene and Libero.
Yeah, and I think SBB's good. It's just when certain people play Tracer. I think that's why they tried to put Pine on Tracer sometimes. When they got that Tracer for the 1v1 that was aggro, and not someone that was like someone that wanted the 1v1. Like Logix would give him a trouble a lot too, because Logix always goes after the other Tracer first. That kind of situation. It was just one of those things where they wanted to. All right, let's put Nene in. He's aggressive. SBB's good at peeling and doing that kind of Tracer stuff, and when he has to, he goes in and takes over. But when you have the other Tracer that's going absolutely just right the fuck after you, he's not that good. But they brought Nene and he did that. And there was a turning point in this game that, if you guys watch it, there's a point at the end of the first map, in between the maps, where Aim God stands up and he looks over at Jonak and points at him. And he basically just poked the fucking bear.
Yeah. Jonak had one of the nastiest sleeps in the history of the league in this game.
That was the dumbest sleep dart ever.
Like,
I don't think Uber knows what happened still. He slept dart fucking shot a sleep dart at a goddamn Sombra.
Yeah.
And that won that map for them.
Oh, absolutely. Like an invisible Sombra, and he's just like
right on.
Gone. It's like, hey guys, come over here.
Yeah. Oh, Aim God, what do you think of that?
Yeah. Oh man.
But don't piss that guy off, man. If the one guy in the league, he got to play some Zen and stuff like that, though. It just.
But his Ana is just filthy.
Yeah, they're just good when they have the right meta thing going. I think Philly just caught him too.
Yeah,
they get caught. They always did. They always do. They always will.
It's always been an issue with that team.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. I just get this feeling with this team that we haven't seen their best yet.
Yeah.
Which
I
should
totally
terrify
agree.
A lot of teams. I think that they just have more potential this year than they've had in past years. And that's saying a lot because they've been dominant ever since the league has started. But it just feels like they just have something this year that they haven't in past years, even though they've looked more discombobulated at times.
A little bit more vulnerable, but they're playing more aggressive is what it is.
And that should be because they're still able to be that cautionary, you come to us, you bring the fight to us, and we will destroy you. But they're also getting better at finding those opportunities where they can be hyper aggressive and just dominate. And I think that's really what the big turning point for this team is going to be. Being able to play those two different styles, I think, is going to be huge for them, and I think it's what's making them a different team this year.
And I think they're finally understanding when you go the teams that have won the championships, they know how to play passive, but most of the time they go right in your face. They don't. We're dictating this shit, not you.
Yes, we are in control of this game. We're not just sitting back waiting for you to do your thing, and then we will react. We are being proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah. Because if you look at London when they won in season 1, that's what they did. San Francisco last year.
Yep.
They just are we're playing our game, and we're going to play right up in your fucking face.
Yeah, and we're going to force you to play our game.
Yeah. You better be good at it.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to the final match of the day. It was Boston getting dominated again by a... I mean, they got dominated, but
they didn't.
They didn't.
Boston was just
Atlanta
trash.
Looked weird. Boston was just so bad in this game, but Atlanta, if Atlanta was playing literally any other team, they probably would.
They would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean,
because they dominated,
maybe they were
but they did not
toying
look
with
good.
them. I don't know if they were just styling or just fucking around or what.
Yeah,
I mean,
something just looked off.
Yeah, it just like the comps they were playing were weird.
Mm-hmm.
But Boston was like, "Oh, you want weird? Here you go."
Right.
Fucking Sigma.
Yeah.
We're gonna run Sigma and a Fara Mercy. Eh?
And I just wonder if it's because they were playing that combination of Erster and Edison, like maybe those two just haven't really built up a chemistry yet with the rest of the team. I mean, Erster obviously has.
Well, and that's the thing. Edison
we've not really seen too much of because we've seen mostly Baby Bay in the couple of games that Atlanta's played so far.
But today, like, Edison was just like, "Yep, okay, I'm just gonna go kill things," because it was Boston and they were just fucking feeding.
Right, and I'm kind of actually surprised that Baby Bay didn't really play a lot today. But actually, looking through his Twitter last night, he was hinting that he was not going to be playing and it was going to be somebody off the bench that people weren't expecting, and that's what we got. Was Edison?
Yeah, I would have expected Sharp not to play instead of Edison, but or Sharpie or whatever.
Thinking.
All right, question in the chat: What is Washington's NFL team comparison if Houston is the Browns? I would say Washington is.
Oh God, what dumpster fire?
Well, they're not really a dumpster fire. They're
the Washington football team.
Oh no,
the Washington Redskin Potatoes would be.
No, the Justice.
Oh, the Justice. Yeah, they're definitely not as bad as their football team, so they got that going for them. I would say that they're almost like the Texans.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Houston,
but maybe not quite.
Tennessee.
Yeah, maybe Tennessee.
Kind of like a
maybe
bunch
not
of
9-7.
Corey's Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
and then there's the rest of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Stratus is Ryan Tannehill.
No, I wouldn't even give him that much credit. I would say Stratus would be more
Delaney Walker.
Yeah, Delaney Walker or something like that.
All right, anyone on the planet, name 5 people on Tennessee.
Yeah. Because they have a really good defense, and I still couldn't tell you a single guy that plays on it.
The Tennessee Titans could win the Super Bowl, and no one would know.
Right.
That's the Washington.
The only person they would know is Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry won the Super Bowl. Who the fuck is that?
Right. Derrick Henry won the Super Bowl. Oh, what team was he playing for? I don't know.
Memphis?
I think he just won it by himself.
Does he play for Tampa? He plays for one of those teams in that other league, right? The Carolina Criminals or the...
Ooh, actually, I think a better comparison, Tampa Bay. I think Washington is Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Roar and Jameis Winston could probably be the same people.
Roar and Jameis Winston.
Like, where there's just like...
Eating like W's.
Here's this crazy awesome play, and then the very next play,
I'm just gonna
pick, or just yeets his way in and turns the game on, or like and turns the game around and like loses it.
I'm gonna shatter this inanimate object because fuck you, inanimate.
But then they got like Corey is Mike Evans. Freaking Stratus is who's that? Guy
Shaq Barrett.
No, their other wide receiver that played really well this year.
A guy I didn't have on my fantasy team.
Oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? But yeah, like those two, and then like Shaq Barrett would be probably Aim God.
Elevote is the tight end they drafted from fucking Alabama.
OJ Howard.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
I think that moments.
Might actually be perfect.
There's
times where you're just like, man, this team is really freaking good, and then other times you're just like, what the fuck are they doing?
Like, all right, I'm bringing this up because I forgot about it because I talked about it earlier. How the fuck is he getting frozen in a blizzard?
Oh my God,
Elevote.
right?
Like, it happened like 3 times this weekend. It's like, dude, you're supposed to eat that shit.
Right.
And you have boosters. If you get frozen by a Diva or by a May, what the fuck? Your cooldown's 3 seconds. It takes longer than that to totally freeze you. Hit the... and you should have eaten the grav anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Atlanta. They're weird.
Yeah, Atlanta's real weird right now. There's really again like
I don't know if
how
they were
much can you really
styling.
take out of this game.
That's the thing.
Exactly. It kind of feels like they were just kind of like, oh, we're just playing this game. Like we're focused on next week.
Yeah, because they had
anything.
like Gator and Hawk in there, and those guys are just. I think they're just trolling people.
Yeah,
Like-
it kind of feels like it.
Like this is how bad. Yeah, we're gonna be all right this year. Don't worry. What's that? Horse cock lock. We got the horse cock lock going. Little Broncos talk here, you know.
Oh God.
I mean, it's got.
Yeah.
But like they were fucking around. Like they were running a farm mercy, and like they just nano boosted Hawk, and he just went and took the farm mercy out. You know, on Eichenwald. It's like, okay.
Okay, like I guess that's a way to counter it.
That just shows you the level that
Or-
Boston's at. You just got platted, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, they weren't even really switching to hit scan to take care of it. They just were like, Diva, go take care of it.
Yeah.
Hawk, it's all you.
Yeah, because they were like, what are they doing? And I think, like, and Jake was literally losing his mind.
Oh my God, Jake. This is the angriest I've ever seen Jake.
Like
he was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, he was so confused and just absolutely baffled by everything that was happening.
It was fucking hilarious because I'm like, oh my God, I think Jake is going to run up to the stage and get the fuck out of here. Give me the fucking mouse, you dumb fuck. He just kept like going, I don't know what they're doing. I want to be a good analyst. I do not know what's happening right now. They're running Sigma and a Fara Mercy. What the fuck? They're just going to lose.
Yeah, it was just all kinds of bad.
Yeah.
I don't even. And what more can you say? Like, there's nothing you can take from this match. Like, Atlanta didn't look great, but they were 10 times better than Boston. So that's really all you can get out of it.
Well, and one of the things is, like, I went through this for a year and a half. Guess who their coach is? Mineral. He's a good dude. But, man, some of the shit. But I don't think he has much to work with.
Yeah,
he's the guy.
I don't think so either.
He's that coach, like in the NFL, that probably if he had a decent team, he would do well.
He might be a decent coach.
But he gets stuck in these situations, like, where he's got absolute hot garbage. You know, it's like...
Yeah, I mean, he's basically... Oh, man, who would be an equivalent? Mike. He's basically Mike Pettin.
Yeah.
Like, Mike Pettin would have been a decent coach had he had any kind of talent to coach.
But he did not.
He's probably the best coach that we've had since Eric Mangini. Jesus Christ.
Maybe he's Eric Mangini. No, not even. We'll just list all the bad coaches off.
Just every coach that's been a head coach in Cleveland since 1999.
Yeah. Well, that guy you hired I was like, you hired the quarterbacks coach from the Jaguars? Really? Okay.
Oh,
wherever the fuck he was from.
Who was it?
I forget, man. He was like he was
when we first came back.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember who that was. Because he didn't even last. He lasted what, like 2 years, and then they brought in Butch Davis.
Yeah. And Butch Davis lasted about 6 months.
I think he gave us 2 seasons.
That's max.
Like, I resign. Like, you don't even have to fire me. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, he was also having problems at that point too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a total shit show all around.
Well, because he was like getting indicted for shit with Miami, and then he went to North Carolina and got in more trouble. So his shady college football, gotta love it.
Yep, gotta love it. All right.
So I mean,
so that wraps up really all the matches for today and this weekend. Shall we go over our picks?
Yeah,
that we did not do very well on.
I hit my.
You did better than I did.
I hit my crunch time groove.
You did.
And hey, and you hit your.
I hit my guaranteed lock of the week.
Your Dunkaroo slammed.
Yes, my 90s kids Dunkaroo
Slam
dunk of the week.
Boom shakalaka. You just need to throw the NBA Jam sound in there.
Right. Yes. I did nail that because obviously Atlanta crushed Boston, which everybody saw coming.
Yeah, and that line was pretty low. I hit Houston just as a one of the bets I was going to make.
Mm-hmm.
But I hit New York. I just thought they were overestimating Washington.
Right.
I was a little afraid after that first map. I was like, "Ooh, this is not looking good."
Might be bad.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't make me be a curse.
Right.
People will never think of that. I'm right, but I had Toronto too. That was
yeah.
That was a low line though. I was kind of like, I think they win at 3-2.
Yeah.
But they just fucking didn't show up. I mean, I'm okay with losing that because Mayhem won, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an odd week. And losing the Philly match, I was not expecting that either. To be honest,
yeah,
I thought Philly had that locked, and the line was low, and there was a reason for that.
Right, like that was definitely a surprise. I was not expecting.
I did hit the one side thing where I said Washington can win the first map against New York, too. They were, I think it was plus 115. I said I would have thrown money on that. That was one of the things I said. I think New York will take the first map because it's how it works. Which is that's almost like if you guys are into the betting angle, like go in and check out what the first map is and take the underdog because a lot of times they're winning it.
Yeah, that would probably be a good
especially
bet.
With this hero pool thing. You know, I mean, you go in and
it's so all over the place on who's going to take what.
Yeah, all right, let's transition into that. Speaking of hero pools, so we have our this week hero pool. So I'm glad they decided to do it on the stage on. Hey, thanks for stopping in, man. We'll chat. We'll chat some more too on Twitter and whatnot. Sure. Thanks for coming in. Glad to see you. Hero pools. Let's hit it. So we have out of the meta.
The Soldier and Sombra are gone for DPS.
And it took
no Winston on tank and no Lucio on
support.
Well,
so it took Sideshow I think he picked Soldier 3 times.
Yeah.
And then he finally got Sombra, which not too many people are upset about that.
No. It is interesting. Honestly, the biggest thing is really
Lucio's the big one.
Yeah, Lucio
that throws a wrench in a lot.
Because if usually, you can run if you don't have Lucio, you run a dive. If you don't have Winston, you can run Deathball. But now you don't really have either, so you kind of run a half-ass dive or a different dive. Maybe do a
Diva Ball.
Or you go full,
back to what you were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, double shield with Sigma Orisa or Sigma Rhine, or Rhine Orisa.
Yeah, or Rhine Diva.
Or Rhine Diva, yeah.
You can run Rhine Diva Brig.
Probably what we're going to see, but at the same time, what throws a wrench into that is no Lucio. So it's just going to be a super slow-paced weirdness, and I think it's a little more counterable by a Diva Ball dive.
Yeah, I think so too. It depends on what they want to run.
Yeah,
I think Sigma is trash right now. I think they found that
Sigma's he is
but
trashed here right
especially
now.
Without a Lucio because he cannot move.
Oh yeah, he's slow as fuck, and all you have to do is play Rhine, and he will just get destroyed.
Yeah, it gets isolated, or you could even run a tracer and just run circles around him. At this level, I'm not talking about in ranked.
Right.
Guys that are hitting, a full clip, they hit 3/4 of them are headshots.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're going to see the May McCree thing. I think it's going to
Brig Anna.
Yeah, Brig. That's why I meant Brig Anna. I meant Brig Anna, not Brig Lucio. Brig Anna, Rhine Diva, McCree may.
We might see some Zen depending. Like
Yeah.
if there's some teams that try to run the ball diva, I would be shocked if we don't see Zen.
Yeah.
Because he's
Discord.
His Discord is so valuable when there's not shields like that.
Yeah.
And we might see some Anna Zen. This might be an opportunity to see some pharmacy and actually it be worth a damn.
Maybe
I don't know.
You run McCree though. McCree Widow are back in.
Yeah, McCree and Widow are back in, so there's some interesting comps we could see with that. I think we're going to dive more in depth onto this. On our preview show. But I think it's also team dependent too.
And they're legless. We're legless this week.
We are.
We have no legs.
Off my legs.
Despite my face.
Yes.
Oh, that's a different. I'm like just mixing metaphors now. That's
off my legs despite my face.
I don't know where I haven't even been drinking that much either. I had one beer. But yeah, it's gonna be. I'm digging this.
I'm actually really enjoying the hero pools and seeing how it's changing week to week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fascinated to see how it's going to be this next week, and just endless speculation is fun. It gives us more to talk about, especially right now when we're still missing half the league.
Yeah, which we have had nothing on that front yet. It'll come, and I'll be excited when it does, and hopefully they make the matches viewable, however they're going to do them and all that stuff. But
yeah,
I mean, there's concerns around here about that stuff. I don't want to get into it. We spent enough time on that. Just wash your hands, stay clean, and like there were actually just not to get off this, but to stay on it. Like at the con I was at yesterday, there were a couple of the celebrities that were there. They were like from Outlander and a couple other things. I think that they bailed on the photo op thing.
Yeah, I can't blame them.
Yeah, and like Lou Ferrigno was supposed to be there, old school Hulk guys. He canceled out. He's older though too, so some of those people aren't going into big crowds, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so
yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this week's Sunday Night Backcap.
Yeah.
Don't forget to tune in on Thursdays for our week preview and our Friday for our picks show. Anybody that's listening on podcasts, thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a comment and a rating on whatever your podcatcher of choice is. You want to finish that off?
Yeah, I can finish it.
I forgot how to do that.
Yep. Everybody on YouTube, thank you very much. Everyone that's been watching on Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube watching us live, thank you as well. It's been very, very fun tonight. Also, if you guys can hit a like, hit a subscribe on YouTube, that would be great. That would help us out. Hit an alert bell, tells you when we're coming on live and when we have other stuff coming up. As Kel said, we got our Week 6 preview, the Miami homestand, and on Thursday, and then Friday we do our pick show, and then of course Sunday we'll be back Sunday with the Backcap. Stay tuned for other stuff. Don't forget we have a Patreon page. The links are in the description and also up on the screen if you're watching. Check it out. We're throwing new stuff up there. I'm going to do some more stuff in the replay viewer, and we're gonna watch that. The one I'm going to try and do this week is that last map on the Philly Paris one, and I'm just watching these things and watching them unfold. I'm not like doing any kind of I'm doing analysis, but I'm just like watching and reacting and telling you what I think. I'm not going to go like in depth into why this guy did this and that. Maybe a little bit, but I just like doing the reactionary thing because I didn't get to see the whole thing. I was watching it in the back room on a phone. I should have been working, but sometimes you gotta not work. It's just the nature of the business. When you work in retail, you're like, I'm gonna go. I have to get something out of the back, and then you just go hide in the cooler for a minute and turn your walkie-talkie off. And
exactly.
Where the hell were you? Oh, I was getting something. I left.
I was organizing the cage.
Yeah. Actually, I was not doing that this week. I was in the cooler, organizing that.
even better.
Retail grocery people. That's where we're at. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. We will catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot. See you later.
Later, guys.